Okay, let's go ahead and get started with the JPA meeting for today, the Joint Public Agency of the West Haymarket. I'm Chris Beitler, the chair of the Joint Public Agency, and with me today are Tim Clare and Carl Eskridge. This is the usual partnership we've had for some time now. It's been a nice partnership. The first item on the agenda, I want to point out that the open meetings law is recited in the back of the room, and you can acquaint yourself with the legal requirements there. We have certain reports and communications received as outlined on the agenda. Public comment is invited. There is a time limit on that, but we encourage everybody to speak if they're so inclined and to identify themselves for the official record. And with those notifications, gentlemen, unless you have further introductory comments, we'll move ahead to agenda item number 5. Is that all right?
Yep. Okay.
Okay, agenda item number, did I say 5? 4 should
Yep.
be. Approval of the minutes from the JPA meeting held October 25th, 2016. Is there a recommendation with regard to approval of the minutes?
So move.
Second.
Been moved.
I believe you said October 25. It should be October 27.
27.
I correct that. October 27th, 2016. And I understand there's a motion to approve those minutes and a second.
Yes.
Is there further comment? Hearing none, call the roll.
Claire,
Yes.
Beitler,
Yes.
Eskridge.
Yes.
The minutes stand approved. Agenda item number 5 is approval of the October and November 2016 payment registers, and Don Hers is here to lead us in that discussion. Don?
Good afternoon, members of the West Haymarket JPA. Don Hers, treasurer for the West Haymarket JPA. And since we did not have a meeting last month, we have 2 payment registers to go over. The first one on the agenda item number 5 is the payment registers, and I'll just briefly go through the October payment register. There's a total of $1,663,152.27 worth of payments that were processed. Approximately $791,000 were operating expense related, $871,000 related to the capital portion. I think these are fairly, the significant items in the operating budget was the first quarter increment payment to the arena of $150,000 and the first quarter sponsorship payment for $265,000. There was a payments made to risk management for liability insurance, and property insurance. There was a small $200 payment for Mark. It was for fine art. So those 3 payments were made to risk management, and then finally the $180,000 payment to the District Energy Corp, of which, as you know, we bill out a portion of that to the private sector. In the operating expenses, in the capital budget, the biggest check there was a $709,000 payment to HIS Constructors for the work they're on the Alder site. And then the final payment to Ed Carpenter for the Civic Art. And some remediation payments to Olson's and the monthly payment to PC Sports. So if there's any questions, I'll attempt to answer those.
Okay, thank you, Don. Are there questions of Don?
No.
Shall I go through the November payments before we take? Okay.
Yes.
For November, there was $1,305,182.59 of payments. $463,000 approximately were operating expenses, and $841,000 of capital payments. Again, in the operating budget, we made 2 payments actually to Lincoln Parking for the management of the 3 major parking garages. You can see that those numbers are a little bit higher for the period of October, but that's typical because of just simply the volume of users, and I'm sure there was several football games that they had to manage. So those are going to vary like that. And of course, we're recovering that and more with the parking revenues that we receive. There was a payment for arena repair and maintenance of $76,000. A significant part of that was a 1-year payment to Five Nines for managing some of our technology equipment. There was a District Energy Corp payment similar to the prior month, and then in the capital budget, most significant item again was the HIS constructors payment of $798,000 for most of the costs on the Alder site work. So with that, I'll try and answer any questions on the November payments.
Okay, other questions? Seeing none, thank you very much. Don, is there public comment on this section?
Jane Kinsey with Watchdogs of Lincoln Government. I guess we have a couple of questions. One is if the Pinnacle Bank Arena is getting $150,000, why are they getting 76? And what does that entail? You said tech for the 76.
Don, if you'd respond to that, I'd appreciate it.
Yes, the operating budget has a $600,000 budgeted item for an operating increment was approved by the board, and they get a payment on a quarterly basis. The operating budget also included amounts that were budgeted for payments of maintenance contracts for elevators, escalators, and other related items. So those are items that were included in the operating budget, and these are within that budget.
So what's the 265 for then?
That is a payment. I think there's about a 1 point. Forget the exact number. Mark may have the exact number, but the sponsorship revenues that we receive are paid quarterly, and so this is 1/4 of the payments for those sponsorships.
Okay, but you paid that out or
Paid that to the operator, and that was
to SMG?
Yes, that's correct. That was part of the approved budget.
Okay, that was 265, and the other's the maintenance, and the 76 is additional for tech?
Tech and other related maintenance contracts that we have. So the 150 was that 1/4 of the increment. The 265 was 1/4 of the sponsorship payments, and then the 76 was whatever maintenance payments made during that particular month.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, is HS Constructors, I mean, this says prep, are they going to continue to charge that much?
I think we're getting close to, I'm not sure that there is much left to pay. I
Pay,
think
okay.
there, Mark, what was left? About 300,000 left in that contract. So there may be, I don't know if that was all paid in, in December here, but it's pretty well taken care of.
Okay. And to PC Sports, you paid $17,000. How often do you pay that to them? Is that from the contract, or is that,
Yes, that is per the contract, and I believe that is a monthly payment,
and how often do you pay that?
monthly.
Or do you divide it up, or do they bill you, or
I think they bill us on a monthly.
bill
yes.
monthly? Okay. So there was nothing in November then?
And sometimes there's a timing difference if they get their bill in
Okay.
towards the end of the month, but it's monthly.
Okay. And then it says Indigo Bridge wanted a tax refund. What's that mean? That was on the next page. Indigo Bridge, refund of overpayment of taxes.
Mark Lycum, City Finance. That was just, we collect people's occupation taxes. They made a mistake when they filed a monthly return where they put the wrong number in, so they overpaid their taxes. They requested a refund.
So that was
And then we
occupa-
just, yeah, we refunded some
Okay.
occupation taxes.
Okay, I couldn't figure out what you'd be
Yeah.
paying them
That
taxes.
doesn't happen very often, but sometimes we.
Okay,
we
I
have to
understand
refund a little
that.
bit.
Thank you.
Okay, is there further public comment? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve the October and November payment registers?
Moved and seconded.
Moved and seconded.
Yes.
Further comment? Call the roll.
Claire,
Yes.
Beitler,
Yes,
Eskridge.
Yes.
they stand approved. Agenda item number 6, the review of the October and November expenditure reports, 2016. Again, Don Hers.
Copies of those, maybe, yeah. Great. Okay, so included in your packet are and I'm going to ask Mark to help me if we need to, but the operating report for the month of October is included, and it simply shows the year-to-date expenditures. I think that all of our expenditures are within budget, and there's nothing out of the ordinary that we see. Mark, is there anything that we need to?
I don't believe so. I think everything's well within budget. We haven't had anything unexpected yet this year.
And then also included are the job cost reports. Again, I think those are fairly self-explanatory. As you can see, we are closing in on finalizing almost all of those line items. The most significant item that is encumbered, and we just talked about it, was the finalization of the Haymarket site preparation that has a $313,000 encumbrance to it. So I think that's the highlights. If there's any further questions, we'll try to answer them.
Okay, thank you. Why don't you hang on a minute here? Other questions from The board?
No.
No? Okay, can we take public comment at this time, please? If there's no public comment, then we'll move past agenda item number 6. And the chair would recommend at this point in time that with respect to agenda items number 7 through 12, that those items be carried over to the next regular meeting date, which we will set momentarily. The reason for this is simply that we haven't been able to reach agreement on all the details on some of these agreements. And so, and further information was desired by some of the board members. So with that, I would accept a motion to carry these over to the next regular meeting.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there further discussion? Call the roll.
Claire,
Yes.
Beitler,
Yes.
Eskridge.
Yes.
The motion passes. Agenda item number 13 is setting the next meeting date, and that will be January 25th, 2017 at 2:30 p.m. in the City County Building Council Chambers, first floor, if that is agreeable to you, gentlemen. Okay, call the roll.
Claire,
Yes.
Beitler,
Yes.
Eskridge.
Yes.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Moved and seconded. Call the roll.
Claire,
Yes.
Beitler,
Yes.
Eskridge.
Yes.
We are adjourned. Thank you.